while I go live on Facebook. We will be getting started shortly. Hope you're doing well. All right. And we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abusad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. We're gonna get started and do what we always do, which is go over the charts, go over some swing ideas for next week, and then go over the market. Before I do so, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description. Most of you have probably downloaded it, but if you haven't, it's really truly amazing. I stand behind it 100%. Very simple but very important concepts. So again, link in the description. We're gonna get started. If you find benefit in today's video and like to help support our channel, please be sure to hit the like button. We're gonna start by taking a look at the market. And I mean, what do you see? It's easy, isn't it? That we see a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. I think I can use this annotation tool on here. I think you should be able to see. So all of these are lower highs, and then all of these are lower lows. Okay, we had a higher low right here. We did. We had one higher low. Every other low and high were lower than the previous low. And now the trend resumes. Now, what happened on Thursday and Friday of last week was extremely bearish. You might think, oh, well, of course it's bearish, big red bar. No, that's not why. It's because we did put in a higher low, as we saw right here, double bottomed, and we did try to go higher, and the market looked like it was gonna really go for it. And what happened then? Completely crushed. So that's what's bearish about it, is it actually attempted to go higher and then it got crushed. So that's really bearish. Friday's bar was absolutely humongous. So I don't know if we're gonna gap down and continue lower on Monday. I'm not trying to predict what Monday will be like. Most of the time after a wide range bar, we get a narrow range bar. Most of the time, not all the time. It's like this, you know, oops, see that big red bar? The next day was a narrow range bar. Not always, but a significant percentage of the time we get a narrow range bar the next day. But the point is, longer term, bearish. It's an easy call for me to make right now because of what I explained, the downtrend, the fact that we attempted to go higher and failed. But what's really easy for me to say is, if we take this out or that pivot out, if we take 370 out on the Qs, then it's really, really bullish. But barring a break of, let's say, 370, really just we only need to take out 366.81. Barring a break above 366.81, the bias should be bearish, okay, going forward, unless and until we break above a prior pivot high. So for now, going forward, the bias is going to be bearish. If you look at the weekly chart, boy, does that look bearish. The weekly chart of the Qs, wow, looks like it's going to drop to 250. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but I mean, it looks really lower. That's the weekly. And then let's take a look at the SPY real quick. Similar picture. SPY's been stronger, but I always have to point out, I've pointed it out the last several weeks in a row, that uptrend that broke long term. So every other pullback the last couple of years got to the 20 or so and then bounced, got to the 20 and bounced. You can see it even better on the Qs, right? Let me open it up all the way. So every single time was a pullback to the 20 and then it got bought. This was the first time that we broke that uptrend on the weekly chart, and then it just doesn't look good at all. So longer term bearish. Now you may, you know, if you're a perma bull or somebody that likes to play long most of the time, there might be a little bit of pain going forward because the market might be bearish, but I almost assure you it is better for the market I mean, it will be a really good trading environment if you don't know how to play short. I play short 50% of the time. Even in a bullish market, I average 50% of the time short. So it'll be fine if you play both sides, but a lot of people play only one side. And what I want to say to those people that only play long is that it will be good again as soon, because it's good to flush out all the weak hands, all the, you know, the day traders, the novice traders, to flush them out of the market. That's actually, that will bring back the really good trading environment, just like in March 2020. Remember, we had that massive sell-off quickly, and then after that, how good was it? Now, if you play both sides, then you can look to benefit from also the downtrend. But even if you don't play the short side, the bear side, you will be able to benefit from the upswing. But just be patient is what I'm trying to say. Be patient, and it will be good again. Don't despair. Okay, markets always change. It'll be good again if you only play the bullish side. So now back to the charts. Let's talk about what I see bullish for, at least for Monday. I update my watch list on a daily basis. I scan after the close every day. So really, I'm just sharing with you my watch list for tomorrow. AA, Alcoa, what do you know? Really bullish. I played it on the gap day that day. It was a breakout, and it was a really beautiful gap. It was only 2.5% gap, and yet it was very good. Breakout over red bar, so ended up day trading it that day. But it looks higher still. Now, do I have a great setup on it or a great entry? I don't. The same with the CF, by the way. Looks really good higher. Doesn't have a tight base, but it looks better than AA, because at least CF is not up a lot like AA is. So this is just breaking out basically. CF, MOS, the agricultural stocks. Okay, so those two look alike. APM has a nice base breakout on the hourly chart, so I like it long above and then stop below. So long above and then stop under the base. Okay, on the APM. Talked about the CF, COP, oil. So long over the base, stop under it. Okay, so that would be COP. HES also over the highs, stop under this pivot right here, 91.50, and then entry would be over 96.76. 96.76. Okay. Do I have any other oil stocks on the list? SLB is another oil stock, another breakout. So long over the base, stop under it. Okay, not bad. So oil is hot, and then I'll skip over to GLD. This is a hedge, a possible hedge against a sell-off in the market. Some people, you know, have to have long positions, or they never get out in their 401k, which is fine, because the market over time always goes up. So, okay, what about buying some GLD? I like that idea, because GLD, if you look at the weekly chart, looks beautiful for a breakout. It's actually not perfect. The 20 is going through price rather than below it. Below it would have been much better. Okay, and you have resistance above. But I like the idea of buying maybe gold, GLD. Okay, back to the list. CZOO is got a nice transition A on the daily chart. The longer basis, if we can get another bar or two up here next to this bar, that would make it so much better. Okay, so I like it over 493, stop under 454 on the CZOO. GLD we already talked about. GRWG is got a transition A breakout. See the 20 still downtrending. We like them to flatten out and start to point up a little bit, but not horrible, not bad. Over 971 long. Okay, stop under 8, I would say 830 or so, and target about $14. This bar is high, 14.10, 14. So not too bad. HES we talked about. Oil, NVCT looks beautiful. It triggered already on Friday, but it's not too late. The trigger should have been over 680. As you can see, it went to $7. So now the new entry would be over $7. Again, it'd be 20 cents late, because the right entry should have been at 681. 681. Okay, stop under 560 and target somewhere around 10 bucks. So I like it a lot. NVCT. NVST is a 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart. So like it long over 48.38, stop under 46.28. If it, you know, I wouldn't get in it unless it takes out 48.38. Okay. And then SLB we talked about. Those are the bullish watches. They're all, by the way, the watch list, bullish and bearish, were copied and pasted for your convenience in the video description below. Okay, so you don't have to type it up from scratch. AVRO is a base breakdown. I like it. Not too bad. It's a low price stock, but I like it under $1.60 or so. Stop over $1.90. Okay, on the AVRO. EMKR has got a 1, 2, 3. Short under 383, stop over 404. Okay, like it. ETSI, sell setup, not bad, strong downtrend. I really have a hard time finding a single stock that is not damaged on the monthly chart. That's not like totally damaged. And you know, it's very, very hard to find anything that's not damaged on the larger time frames. Okay, and the daily, of course, everything is in a downtrend, but long-term bullish markets, what happens is you do get sell-offs. You do get a strong sell-off like this, but it doesn't damage the longer-term picture on the monthly, the weekly. Right now, it's all the monthly pullbacks are damaged, meaning they pulled back too much. So, like the ETSI, I don't think it's going to go back up. Any attempt to go up will probably fail. Okay. And notice it's been in an uptrend for a long time. Okay, last 5 years or so. At any rate, it's got a sell setup, like it short under 140.20, stop over 148.84, call it 149, and then target the prior pivot low around 126, 125.30, 125.50. Okay, so that's a nice looking sell setup. GOCO is a breakdown after a professional gap down. So short under the base, stop above it, and then it's at all-time low, I think. So no predetermined target, so it just has to be managed. Okay, on the GOCO. INCY 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like it short under 66.40. Stop over $68. Okay, exactly over 68. Target one about 64 right here, 64.30, 64.50 for target one. Target two, the prior lows around 62.50. So 64.50, 62.50. KBH, wow, that looks lower. Look at the breakout failure there on KBH. See it? Now, if I were to draw over it, you might be able to see it better. Okay, so here it is. Attempt to go higher, came back in, and now basing. The 20 is pointing down, and we're gonna get a breakdown, probably. Okay, under the base. So I like it lower, all the way down. Notice the void, the tradable void, no support, all the way down to here. And what's that pivot? What's that number? $32, about $32. Okay, on the KBH, looks very, very good. MDU is a 1, 2, 3. So an igniting gap, and then a narrow range bar. Notice again, after big red bars, after big wide range bars, regardless, red or green, the next day is usually a narrow range bar. So I like it a lot. Short under $27, stop over 27.44 on the MDU. PBI is a sell setup after a professional gap down. So I like it short under 488, stop over 516 on the PBI. A lot of ideas, I know. Another 1, 2, 3 looks gorgeous to the 200 MA, at least to the 200 MA. But it's a big bar, so it's going to be a big stop. That's the problem. So low reward to risk. The bigger the stop, the smaller the share size, the lower the reward to risk, unfortunately. So if this was a very small bar, so assume, you know, if it looked like this, let's say, you know, it was a very small bar, you know, just like a little green bar, then I would definitely do it. RFP sell setup similar to the PBI. The PBI is weaker, but very similar. Gap down and then rally back up, and 3 narrow range bars in a row or so. See it? Very similar, but the PBI is weaker. I like it short under $12. Stop over 12.55 on the RFP. Looks good. SkyWest is the weakest airline. Is that an airline even? I think it is. Short under 31.28. It triggered already on Friday, but it's not too late. Like it under 31.28. Stop over 34.20. And then Stone Cold. Wow. I mean, look at this downtrend. I was in it short one time last year, and it just dropped and dropped and dropped and got to the target, which I think it was like 42. I don't know where I shorted it. I don't exactly remember, but it got to the target, and now, and look at this. Look, I mean, just unbelievable. It's at 12. So look at this. Amazing, isn't it? And I must have gotten out. I don't know where, honestly. Maybe here, but continued lower and looks lower still. It's basing 20 MA is above. Looks very good lower still, but I'm gonna wait for it to tighten up a little bit so that I can use a tighter stop, but looks lower still. TSVT, similar to the Stone, to the STNE. It broke down already on Friday. That's the only issue, is that it's triggered already on Friday. But one can still chase it a little bit under 1432, stop over 1690. Okay, as a short. And then take two. Of this stock, I'll take two anytime, any day. I mean, it looks really good. Short under 860 by 976. 863 by 123. All-time low, no predetermined target. UDMY looks lower also. Maybe we get a doji bar on Monday, and then 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart. There's so many. ZYME, there's just so many. This is a base breakdown, and I'm sharing with you a dozen maybe, but I have more like 40 items that I'm going to be watching tomorrow and then the rest of the week. And if you're a subscriber, you can log on to your T3 Live account. You'll see which plays I picked for us for the newsletter. And if you'd like to join me, link in the description for that. It only costs like $49 for the first month. So check it out. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and best of luck with your trading next week. I'm Sami Abasad of T3 Live. Good trading, everybody. Take care.